Hello, welcome to my channel, God's Anointed Child. My name is Latoya. As my previous video, I was talking about witchcraft, how my friend plays witchcraft on me, and how I seek different ministries looking for deliverance. And then I had an encounter with a friend that invited me to a prophetic church in London, and I met this Jamaican prophet. At the time, when we had an encounter, he was telling me about things that was happening to me where I never explained to anyone, and he literally saw everything. So there and then I believe, yes, he's a true man of God, a prophet, and God is telling him things. So in the end, I remember when my house, like I did say in the previous video, that he told me that my friends, they put charms in my house, and he's going to open my eyes so I could see the charms. And he poured water on me, which I said before. And when I went home, I began to pray, and I saw like some of the stuff and my clothes and the wigs and stuff that was tampered with. And because my friend, she used to borrow my stuff and she take them out, and then shoes that was missing only leave one pair. And when I ask her, and it's only her around me, and my knickers and stuff like that, that even knickers was in my drawer, where I don't wear black knickers, but like unless it's my time of the month. But there's a particular ones I bought, but she put some in, like different ones. So I said to her, these are not mine, this would be for your probably your daughter. She said, oh, they don't make black knickers for little children. So that's how I know that something was off. So one lady came and said, oh, this is bad, and she burnt them. And there was other signs, but I'm not focusing on my friend, I'm focusing on the prophet. So during the time, the way I was very desperate is like, I remember saying to this prophet, like, oh, can you come to my house and my house for me? And I remember visiting the church one evening, and because they always keep like church on the evening, it's always afternoon. Yes, like morning service is like 1 o'clock, if I'm not lying, or something like that. It's like 1 o'clock, go all the way back till night. And he would do the evening service 6 to 7 and till late. So I remember he keep a service, and he was like, oh, people are calling me to come to pray at their house, but I'm not Ghostbuster. I was like, oh, this man is cheeky, you know, like quite funny. You're the one telling me, you know, I'm telling you about my house, and you're telling me that people put stuff in it, and I'm telling you what is happening, and this is, but you know, the way I was desperate, I didn't listen to all these little signs and those subliminal message that he used to send. So like, for example, I remember one time he said to me, oh, you're going to be very powerful, I can see you traveling to different places and preaching and doing things. And I'm looking at myself like, hell no. So he was like, do you have a British passport? I said yes. He's like, okay, because I see you doing great things, you know, keep the faith. Like I said, this man encouraged me. His wife was Nigerian, and I'm telling you, this prophet, he's Jamaican, and his ministry is in Tottenham. So anyone come across this video will know who I'm talking to. I'm not calling his name because you can't sue anybody for witchcraft yet. So at the end of the day, like I said, I've been in this church. I didn't see this man as a god, but I saw him as someone where he's very close, my assumption back then, close to God. And he used to always use words like, oh, I will show you guys and do prophetic ministry, where I will teach you and impart prophetic things on you. He will be praying for me. He would put me in his shoes, and he would be pulling off stuff off my head that he's pulling off, satanic crown that people put on my head. It was just always something. It was so bad. Like every day I'm going to this ministry, like every is it like every, I know it is like every Sunday, every Wednesday, and I think there's a Bible study somewhere. So it's like 3 times a week. Depends on, we go out to minister in the field as well. So we were like very consumed. And I started this church in 2015, and I never left till 2019. So you see, the church itself was very hard. Like the members, they were very cold off. They would be like, some would be coming to apologize to me like, oh, I need to repent, I need to ask for forgiveness, and they would tell me, I can't tell you what it is, but I just want you to forgive me. It was just so bad. And like, people would be telling me that you're in a dangerous place, and I would just like descend on them. Like, I see this man like he couldn't do any wrong. And sometimes he would be saying things like, for example, if I tell him like I have a weakness, that would be his sermon. And I would be looking at him like, you know, when you're discerning someone, but anytime I'm discerning him, he would tend to say, why are you looking at me like that? And because I was very close to the front, I would be like, oh, he can see this man is very good. So I didn't get the chance to discern, because he would just switch the service and he would start going into deliverance, where whatever word he has, he never mostly go into the word of the Bible, but mostly off his head. And he would say, because he's anointed and he doesn't need Bible college, he went halfway and he didn't finish to the end. And then we encountered this other prophet from, he was born in Jamaica but live in America. And then this man was there as well, and he said to me, confirmed that, oh yeah, your friends that you had put witchcraft on you, but it's breaking, like it's going back, it's coming off, it's coming up. But it's not like they did any intense deliverance on me per se. It was more me fasting, living right. And you know, so in the end, it's like being in that ministry, to me, it gave me like a hope, where he said like, if the enemy could have killed you with all the things that they've done to you, then you understand, but you're still here. And he would say to me, everything is for God's glory. And this man, I'm telling you, that's how I see him. Like, no matter who come and say to me, listen, this man is not right, I never, even though the word, sometimes his message was contrary, and 1 minute he will tell you it's back to send that to, you understand, then he would say, oh, have mercy on them. It was just always, I could tell you, it was always contrary. And you know, he would pray for the kids, and then they would tell me, oh, he forced me to fall, like he pushed me. And I would like, I would fall naturally. So I don't know, I couldn't understand. I even think my kids were lying. So fast forward till 2019. So I'm there till 2019. So it's always this up and down with the members. But because he always encouraged me, I never like care about the members that being harsh and brutal towards me. Because even people that attend the service, they would say, oh, the members in the church don't like you, but the pastor does. And when I said he liked me, it's not in an intimate way. I just always say that, you know, you will tell me that I'm very valuable to the ministry, which I didn't think I was giving a lot of money or anything like that. But being around him at one point, I remember they were doing a singles ministry somewhere, and one guy was like, you know what, there's no guy in this church, so why don't you go to this, attend this single ministry? I went there, and it was a female running the place, and there was a lot of guys there, but I could discern that the guys there is like, they're already obsessed with the girls that was already there. So I don't know the mission. But when that lady was coming towards me to give me a hug, my hand hold her back, like it rebuke her hug. So I was like, she's, you know, but I sat in the ministry and she was just giving me a piercing look. It was just not right for this woman that said she's holy and a prophet from, I think she was from Nigeria. And her ministry was somewhere in, oh my gosh, I can't even remember, but near Chigwell, that side, because I used to live in Chigwell. So it was more back that side. And there was this lady there, and I don't know, there was just something off about them. But being around them, they were telling me, oh, your ministry is bad. So going back to my ministry, my pastor would say I'm not loyal because I went to another ministry. So I was like, I don't understand. So anyway, one of the guys from the ministry followed me to my church, and in the end the pastor read wrong and was praying for us, but in case the guy is interested to date me. But the guy was like, no, I saw God giving you a husband, but it's not me. So he got it wrong. So I said to him, he's right, because I'm not interested in dating you, and it's just that you wanted to come to my ministry. In the end, that guy said to me, oh, I need to come to your house, I need to do something for you, the Lord is telling me to come to your house. I stupidly invite the guy over, and when he came, he went to the bathroom, and came back to my room, and I said to him, do you come like for Bible study, what to do? He said, no, me and you do Bible study on the phone or in the ministry. I didn't come here for that. But then I saw his countenance that it was very, very evil and vicious. And he said to me, oh, I came to release you because what they're doing is not right. So I said, couldn't understand. But when I went in the bathroom, I realized that he had I had a bucket that I keep in the bathroom. It's a bucket of water. And in the bucket of water, I was wondering why he has. So I poured the water that he had and put a different water just in case he went. So, and then I had a little kitty for my son. And the kitty, when he see him, was just acting strange, and he was afraid of the little kitty. I'm telling you, people are dirty. And this guy, I'm telling you, whatever he came to do in my house, he just looked at me and said, oh, you're not like the others. You're very strong. He left, and I said to him, you're very evil, and whatever you do, it's going to come back onto you very evil. He said, I'm just trying to open your eyes. And I said, if somebody's going to open someone's eyes, they pray for them. They don't open their eyes in like doing witchcraft. It just was very diabolic. So I noticed after going back to my church, I could see the members, including the pastor wife. I start having vision of them coming to my house. Like they would just astral project to my house, and I would be like in the vision, like, why are you here? And they would be like, oh, this person sent me. And I would be seeing, and I would say, go back. And it would just be like that. And I would be seeing the members like what they told me before, like what stranger told me, that no one in that church is clean. And I remember and I start praying, like when I see them, I start saying, God, whatever these people are doing, because I trust and love them, if they're doing anything, return it. One of the lady called me and she said to me, oh, I saw you in the dream and you said that I am going to have cancer. This one I was very close with. And I said, why would I come in the dream to say that when I see you as a friend and as a sister in Christ? And she's like, oh, but I said back to sender, I said, a curse without a cause cannot stand, because that's not me. I don't wish in bad intent for you, so I don't get that. Anyway, I remember one day I was in the service and I know the pastor, I can felt his energy switch towards me. I don't know why, but I noticed it was. And in the end, it's like anytime he's praying for me, he has to pray for the girl as well, and very intense. And then he would just have random visitor coming there and they would be behind me. And I would turn around, fixated on them, and I'm like rebuking them. And it's like I keep doing it. And then the pastor will pray for those people that came, that I rebuke. And it was just going on like that, where I noticed like the ladies that I used to see astral project, I go to their house and I would go to them and I say to them, I see you in my house. Why? And they were like, oh, I noticed your bathroom. There's a lot of demons in there. I don't know how I got there, but I got there and saw a spirit looking at you in your bathroom. And I was like, okay. At work, it's like, it was the same thing. It's like I could see everyone, who they are, could discern them. It's just that I got this heightened discernment. How? I don't understand. But I remember being in the church, and then that's when I started hearing the voice of God. It was like so intense. It was telling me what color to wear, and it was telling me not to go back to the church. I was like rebuking that voice because I assumed that the voice was the devil. So when he was doing his ministry, he would be coming and putting his hand on my head, but it would be more intense, like he's squeezing me, like he wants to hurt me. And then during the time he's doing that, I realized the middle of my hair began to fall out. And I was like, I'm getting weak. Like anytime he touched me, it's like I felt like I'm gonna fall, like I'm drained. And it's like all my life force is gone from my body. And I would say to one lady, she doesn't come to the church like fully, and I would say to her when I see her at work that anytime I go to the church and the pastor start touching me, I can feel like I am dying, like I don't feel alive anymore. And I would just vent to this lady. And then another lady turned up to the place that I was working. I was working in a day center, and they used to come with random clients. And this lady, she came and she was like, she said, I saw your face before. And I was like, and she was talking about God. And then I started talking about God as well. And She was like, oh, I used to go to this ministry and this prophetic church, and the pastor is fake. While I was there, my family was dying. I was like, and then she mentioned the pastor's name. I was like, I'm not gonna sit here and listen to this woman going on about my pastor. The devil is a liar. And she was like, oh, one day your eyes will open and you will see this man for who he is. Another time, because you see, when somebody wants to destroy you, there's God always sends someone to try to open your eyes for you to divert back. You understand? So I don't know if I was seeing this man as a God and not God himself. So in the end, I went to a different work environment. I saw another lady and I said, oh, you were a member at my church, which is the same one. And she looked at me, she said, don't tell anybody that you saw me. And I was like, oh, why is she hiding? And I was like, so I said, I'm there. And she's like, And I said, what is it? She said, I can't say, but I said to her, I kind of noticed like some of the things and the people, they're not right. So I said, but anyway, I have a lot of, God in me. She said, you're going to need not a lot, a legion of God in you. Remember, I said it. And I was like, that's like, So anyway, after that lady, I remember I was going to go to this church that day. And something happened when my car broke down. It broke down and I called the pastor because the church didn't start yet. And I told him my car broke down not far from the church. He didn't come. None of the members turned up. I have to call the AA, and they told me from Tottenham all the way to Chigwell at the time. When I said not one person visit to ask me if I was all right, everybody like they turned their back at me. I couldn't understand. But anyway, I pushed through again and I went to the church. But I said, let me leave my kids at home. And I went there. While I'm going, my car will be indicating, without me turning on the indicator, I was be indicating left, right, the windscreen wipe. Everything was just going on with my car. It was just, I could not understand. Things was just happening to the car that it was just, if I tell anybody, they will say, no, that's not true. And it's like, when I'm there, I was saying to somebody that even my phone, he used to send us some link and we would just always click on the link to do whatever he wants us to do. That's the prophet I'm talking. And during the time, my phone was like someone was hacking. It was always just some code running, and I would notice it and I would be deleting or switching off my phone, just trying to block that thing from happening. And it will just keep happening until my phone, like when I'm looking at my phone or I'm talking, it's like someone will be calling me and I will answer, but I'm hearing a different voice from the person that is calling me. And I was like, this is strange. Then I will be in my house and then I will hear a voice that look through the window. I will look through the window. I will see a car outside park, 666. And then I will see a man in the night come outside doing stuff on the road. While I'm going to work, the man will probably in the morning, a different man will be standing with another 66 car park at the top. And for some reason, I would hear the voice telling me where to walk, to not walk a certain path. And the man will be looking at me strange, like whatever trap they set spiritually, I overcome. But I was like, what am I? Maybe I'm reading into it, but I could tell that something wasn't right. All these people popping up wasn't right. Then I would be going to work and I would be on the train, going to Enfield, because like my car was playing up and I just said, you know what, let me avoid any danger going on the A13. So I would take the train, and on the train I would see people just turning and looking at me. I was like, am I going mad? Because I can tell. And one day was this lady fixated looking at me, and I said, in my mind, I'm looking at the lady and I said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. I rebuke you. As the train stopped at the station, the lady passed out like faint. I came off the train and I run. I was like, oh my gosh. Then like I noticed when I touch anything, it would like, I felt like it shocked me. Like I'm get this shock on anything like metal or stuff like that. I didn't share all this to anyone. Then I would go to work and like I would hear the Lord say, we are red today. I'll put on red. Like I said, people will see me in the colors that I have and they will call a different colors. I did say that in one of my videos. Things was just happening that was very bizarre. People that are insane will be coming up to me, begging me for money. It was just something just weird and off. And I remember I said, you know what, as much as I'm going through this, is like I don't want to go through this alone. So I said, okay, let me go back to the church, but I didn't tell the pastor what I'm going through. But when I was there, I think they were doing deliverance, and I felt something like invisible force hold me, grip me under my arm and pull me. Everybody could see me falling, like I'm falling backward, but I'm not falling, and I go through the door backward. And I was so scared that I felt like it was demon pulling me out of the house of God. So I scream and run back in. When I run back in, I noticed when the prophet always finish, he always go through that door. He did not use that door that day. He would use another door. So I said to God, I don't know what's going on, but something is happening. So I'm asking, I think I did a fast and asked him to reveal all what's going on. When I visit the ministry, that I think it was at Evelyn, I stand, and when I stand, my eyes was just blinking, and when my eyes was blinking, I fixated on him on stairs, and when I look, I did not see the man of God. I see a whole serpent, like the way the serpent is like it was over him, like I don't know how to say, a whole something take over, but it was like he's a giant, but I can't describe what I saw. But he noticed that I saw him in that manner. I'm telling you, that man, he came and he like pulled me. I just walk out of my seat and walk straight to him without my control. And I went to the altar, and he held me in my head, and he was squeezing my head like this man want to rip my head off. The way he held me, I couldn't move, so I put my head down on the altar, and then I felt things coming off his shoes, coming into here, my forehead. I felt my head paining me, and then I was looking around like, why the member can't see what is happening to me? Why they can't see what is happening to me? And in the end, I'm gonna have to cut this video. I have to go because someone is coming to disturb me, so I'm gonna continue on another video. If you like what you hear, click like, share, and comment. Thank you.